Well, along the same lines of education, all state colleges and universities have been required to plan for a total of an 8% budget cut for over the next 3 years. Is there any relief in sight to avoid schools having to substantially cut programs and services?
I'm not optimistic. The funding board, we should be hearing from them soon, the state funding board. I know that already the preliminary numbers of the state sales tax coming in are really, really bad. They're actually worse. I mean, we weren't expecting anything great, but it's getting worse every day. So I'm not optimistic about that.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
It is.
Let me ask about election laws here in the last few minutes that we've got. You've been speaking out about the need for changes to our election process and have sponsored several bills in that area that are each in the subcommittee of the State and Local Government Committee. So one of the bills that's gotten a lot of attention changes the way we vote in primary elections. Tell us about your proposal.
Well, this proposal, unfortunately, has a large fiscal note on it, so I didn't run it. We're trying not to run any bills that had a fiscal note on them this year, except for the basic services and that sort of things that we needed with the state government. But what this would do is you would declare a party. You would declare, like other states do, if you're a Republican or a Democrat. And you don't have to do it if you don't want to. To get the fiscal note down, I had the bill written so you wouldn't automatically, everyone gets a letter saying you've got to do this now. It would happen as you went to vote in a primary. And usually people that vote in primaries, who take the time to vote in a primary, they usually are affiliated with a political party. They're usually the party activist, as opposed to someone who votes in November who, you know, they'll say I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican, but you really don't know if they are because they're not a frequent or a primary voter. So to try to cut down on the cost, you would actually, at the time you went to vote that day at the poll, at your poll, you would, like you do now, you ask for a Republican or Democrat ballot, and then at that time is when you would have registered. So as each primary went along, then the office of the Register of Voters office would begin to have the record of who was in what party. You would be registering by party. And then I had a mechanism in there that if you didn't want to do it anymore, you know, you weren't stuck, you know, doing it. It's just like when you register to vote, you have to do it 30 days out of the election. If you wanted to register, you could do it 30 days out if you hadn't already done it when you went to vote in the primary. And then if you didn't want to do it anymore, you could get rid of it. So
would it be a closed primary in that if I'm registered as a Democrat, but I'm really unhappy with the Democratic choices and I wanted to vote in the Republican primary, would I be able to switch over?
If you did it 30 days out of the election. You couldn't just show up that day at the poll and do it. Okay. So you'd have to give it a little thought.
All right.
So, and you know, other states do this, and I've noticed as more and more people that move here from somewhere else, they'll say, I'm a registered Democrat or I'm a registered Republican, and I always think, no, you're not, because we don't do that, you know, but they think they are, and but a lot of states do register by party.
Do you feel like that cuts down on your freedom of choice to some degree, and that because I have to do the 30 days, I can't just make up my mind when I walk in?
Well, I don't think so, because like I said, most people that vote in a primary already are usually an activist or someone, you know, someone that's a frequent primary voter. They're paying attention to what's going on, or even just a sporadic primary voter. They're paying attention because they get up and go and vote in August, you know, and everybody goes and votes in November, you know, but, you know, you got to think about it to go vote in August.
All right, well, let me ask a follow-up on the elections. You've also sponsored legislation that requires proof of citizenship to register to vote. When will that come to a vote?
Well, that bill's already been killed. Of course, straight down party lines as usual. This is something the Republicans have always felt is important, that you should be a citizen of this country if you're going to vote in our elections. And, you know, once again, we're not able to get it passed, and that's because even though we won the majority in November, Speaker Williams set the committees up evenly split, so when the committee has 6 people, if there's 3 yeses and 3 noes, it dies. So that's why that bill didn't get out.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time today. I believe you mentioned that there is a survey of issues that you have.
There is. If you will contact my office or email me at the address that I think will be on the screen, or you can go to the Tennessee General Assembly website and get my email address, I will be happy to email you one. I've been sending them out this year in email form, and I would be delighted if everybody would contact me to get one. I'll be happy to send one out to you.
Very good. Thank you. For more information on these and other issues, you can contact Representative Debra Maggart at her legislative email address, or you can call her office at 615-741-3893. We hope you will join us next time on Inside Politics.